How we doing, YouTube? How we doing, boys and girls? How we feeling, man? I came to drop this video to spread awareness. Yes, the title is true. I breached my account. I blew my account, whatever. But it's not from what you think. I didn't blow my account off trades. I didn't blow my account off over leveraging. I blew my account off of stupidity. I'm gonna explain to you how I blew my account. Usually you'd see me like kind of like from my past videos, I'd be more like down, sad, but I'm really not. I'm really not. Like genuinely, when I was talking to Alpha Futures, and we communicated about it, I really wasn't that sad. So I'm gonna explain to you what happened, how it happened, and what's gonna happen moving forward. All right. So as you see, this right here is the breach. When I read this morning, I was so confused because I was like, wait, how? Like, was this another issue? Because the same thing had occurred before when there was a bug and they breached my account literally as soon as I paid for the funded. You know what I'm saying? So when I got this one, I ended up just going with a back and forth because I wanted to get to know I wanted to get to the bottom of the issue. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to resolve the issue. I thought it was something on their end and not on my end. But after doing some further research, it's definitely on my end. I do want to apologize to Alpha Futures for going back and forth because I ain't gonna lie. I'm not taking time out my day to go, this is mad messages. From we starting at 7 in the morning all the way to like 5 o'clock. So basically what happened was I was looking to go short in the market, right? I was very bearish. Let me explain to you why I was very bearish. At first I was bullish, but after a while I changed my bias to bearish because we ended up coming into this 5-minute gap, which we ended up respecting. And I usually, the way I trade, I don't go off of inversions anymore. I go off of retracements back into like a key zone, like a 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute for value gap, and I want to see price displace lower. So around this time, this was basically me about to go to sleep, like literally 11 o'clock going into 12 into 1, right? So I'm analyzing the market and I was like, okay, I'm extremely bearish. What I want to see was I want to see price come down into this 5 minute, have a retracement. And the reason why I wanted to see us come back into this 5 minute is because this is also a discounted area tapping into my zone. So I'm like, all right, cool. One thing I advise you guys never to do is a stop and sleep. Don't put a limit and then go to sleep right after. If you're not in that trade, please do not. I advise y'all. That's on my end. I'm stupid for that. That was my mistake. That's why I'm not so mad about it, because it's not like I lost off of FOMO or lost off of over leveraging. I lost genuinely because of stupidity on my end. So I'm just get my get back. That's just how it is. You got to look at it like that. So my fault. So what I wanted to see was, and see how it's just perfectly aligned. All I was looking for, right, was for price to come in. I wanted to see price come in. This was my stop loss, 33-point stop. I wanted to see price come in here, and I wanted to see us go all the way down here. No, I think even further. I wanted us to, yes, all the way down here to these lows. That's what I wanted to see. A little, what, like 9 RR trade. So this is what I was looking for price to do. But what I had was, as you see here, this standard deviation aligns perfectly. So what I wanted to do was, if they tagged me into this trade, I wanted to remove some points off. So look, as you see here, I have about 3 contracts, right? Beautiful. I don't know where my shit just went. Yeah, I have no clue. I'm wildin'? Oh shoot. I think it just put me in a trade. I don't know why I did that. But this is what I was looking for, right? I was looking to risk $200, right? And I wanted to take off 2 contracts as we got here. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to take 2 contracts off as we got here. I don't know why it's showing that, but you get the gist, right? So what I did was I had a buy limit right here. So I had 2 contracts. So if it tagged me in the trade, it's going to put me in a sell, right? As it puts me into that sell, it's going to take off 2 contracts here. As to take off those 2 contracts, I just have one more runner and it goes straight to my other TP. Why I did that? Because, you know, I like to secure profits. This is a 9RR trade. It's not likely that you're going to hit a 9RR all the time. So in cases like this, I usually like to secure some profits, especially at halfway. Like this was roughly halfway. Just like a 4R trade, right? But little did I know, we never ended up coming into my sell limit. So when we got tagged in, I didn't have no stop loss. It was an invisible stop loss. I'm just there. It's just there. And I was already asleep. So it's like, there's nothing I can do about it. Never put yourself in a position where you cannot visibly see your trade. If you're not already in a trade and you about to go sleep, it's going to hit your stop loss and you've already accepted that, or it's going to hit your TP, you know what I'm saying, or you go break even. Do not, and I repeat, obviously this is a stupid mistake that I made on my end, and I'm pretty sure no trader would do this, but if there is a scenario where y'all would, do not, and I repeat, do not put yourself in a position where you take a trade and you go do something right after and you're not actively watching the market. Or do not put yourself in a position where you're putting a sell limit, buy limit, and I was looking at it from a longevity standpoint. I didn't even think, yo, I dead ass have buy limits. What if it doesn't hit my buy? What if it hits my buy limit and not my sell? I didn't think about that. So that's basically how I ended up blowing my funded. I ended up losing 2 bands on it quickly. It's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying, but one thing about me is I've already came to the point, and I was at work thinking about this. I was at work, mind you, I'm at work dealing with all of this, and I told myself, I'm like, all right, cool, no matter what, if I lost, it's all about how you react to the loss. You know what I'm saying? If I go back and I buy another funded, I buy another eval, is that the smartest thing to do? No, it's not, because I'm just thinking with emotions instead of logic, instead of me actually using the sense that God gave me. One thing about trading is you can't go into the markets thinking, hey, I'm going to win a trade. You're not. The markets don't care about you. The markets don't know you. The markets are not going to save you. God is not going to save you. People who create this narrative that God is going to save you in trading, I know I know, because I did it too. There's so many times where I'm in a trade this close to my stop loss. I'm like, God, please don't do this to me. God is not even the market. The market is actual people putting live orders into the market every single day. The only thing God is providing for you is the emotional discipline, mental discipline, physical discipline to be able to withstand money being made or money being lost. It doesn't matter. You have to be able to follow your rules, follow your system, and that's something that I have been doing as soon as I started this funded. I've only been taking one trade. You know what I'm saying? Wins, losses, doesn't matter. I have been sticking to my rules on this funded account, and that's exactly what I'm going to do when I start my eval again. We're going to get back with it next week. I'm kind of busy this week, so it's hard for me to really just get back into the eval stage again. So next week is probably going to be the best, more convenient week instead of me like trying to trade Asia because I've been working so much. One thing I advise, get a job, because now I feel like I'm at that point where I'm being slightly vulnerable here. I still currently work there, but you know what I'm saying, I'm working at Foot Locker doing stock, working my ass off just to pay for some evals. It's not worth it. You know, I got myself another job. We're gonna work that, and now it's brought me a little bit more comfortability because I know for a fact, no matter what, trading is not sustainable. You cannot, and I repeat, you cannot go into, and I said this in my last video, you cannot go into trading thinking you're going to make it. You're not going to make it. You need some form of substance, some form of income, something on the side that's actually guaranteed income before you think you're going to make money from the financial markets ever. You have to look at it like that. Do not walk into trading thinking you're going to make money off rip, especially if you don't have something on the side that's guaranteed. It could be a 9 to 5, a 4-hour shift. A 6-hour shift. It doesn't matter what it is. Find something, because you want to be able to have something that you can fall back on. I'm in school right now. I have a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are things I can rely back on. Do not walk into trading thinking you're going to make it, because you're going to end up putting all your eggs in one basket. And that's just like, what? Giving a rabbit a gun. Come on, man. So, look. Honestly, looking at this, it is very unfortunate because, you know, no matter what, nobody wants to blow their account. But at the same time, it's like, I know I'm a profitable trader. I may not be consistently profitable, not yet, but one thing I could confidently say is I know how my strategy works. I know that I have a good edge. I know that I'm confident in my trades. I know that I'm going to elevate and I'm going to progress. This is only 1 year of just trading, you know what I'm saying? And I've been able to make so much progress in 1 year. I know I have so much more to prove to myself. So why would I give up? Why would you give up? Don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Like, to anybody out there that feels any form of doubt, any form of like anxiety, fear, like life is just not coming the way you want it to, it's not going to. You cannot expect life to come your way. It will never go your way. If that's the case, everybody would be rich. Everybody will be living in mansions, having Lambos, you know what I'm saying? That's not my type of car. A Lambo was when I was younger, but like now it's like we got to be a little bit more serious with life and when it comes to like what you're using your money on. So one thing I'm gonna simply just tell y'all is don't be a dumbass. Don't be me. You know what I'm saying? This was a dumb mistake on my end. But one thing I can confidently say is when it comes to trading, when it comes to any form of risk that you're gonna take in life, just know having something on the side is gonna provide so much more clarity, comfortability, and it provides a lot of reassurance within yourself because you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. This by far is one of the hardest things to achieve because not only are you not getting nothing in return, there's a chance that you might just end up blowing for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me give y'all a little scenario for the boys out there. You know what I'm saying? Or the girls, you know what I'm saying? When y'all go, when y'all have y'all little trick on y'all that's gonna spend that shit, right? You know what I'm saying? For the girls, y'all gonna get that food, y'all gonna get that Louis bag, y'all gonna get all that stuff, and he's spending on you, right? Niggas do that because they're trying to get something in return, right? So let's say niggas who end up spending on a girl, you could either be paying for a date or you could be paying for their hair, their nails, whatever, and y'all end up cracking. Let's say y'all end up cracking. Cool. The main reason y'all don't care afterwards is because y'all ended up getting what y'all wanted in the end. If not, if y'all didn't want that, y'all ended up getting something in return. The financial markets don't do that. When you lose a trade, you lose a trade. You know what I'm saying? You lose a trade and you're going to want to get it back. It's a natural instinct. It's a natural instinct. You're going to want to get it back because you didn't get nothing in return. All you got was nothing. You lost everything. You lost money. You lost $250. You lost $500, $1,000, $2,000. You lost an account now. That's $50, $100. You're gonna want to get it back. It's a natural instinct. You know what I'm saying? But to be able to withstand that and be able to withhold going back into that loophole of blowing accounts, and then, you know, selling yourself short, you have to be able to create that mental discipline for yourself, build that psychology, and tell yourself, no, I'm not going to take this trade today. No, I'm not going to close my trade early. I'm going to hold my trade. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to do the things that you tell yourself you're going to do, but you know it's hard because you low-key don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Life is really easy. You just make it difficult because we don't want to do the easy things. And that's just how life is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this moment right here, it allowed me to realize, like, I should just not trade Asia session on any funded. It doesn't matter what it is. I don't care if it's A+. I don't care if I can't work, you know what I'm saying? I'm working overtime, I'm working long hours and stuff like that. I still have to hold myself accountable to know I shouldn't be trading in this session at all. I wait for New York session, and if I can't trade that week, oh well, I'm not losing anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. If anything, I'm gaining the ability to find trading to be boring and not get that dopamine rush that you get once you start trading. You know what I'm saying? Once you first start hitting that gym and you get your beginner gains, newbie gains, whatever they call it, and then over time it's just consistency, that's how you have to look at trading. That's how you have to look at life, bro. So I just wanted to make this little video, obviously be transparent with y'all because I love all y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm yapping, I be yapping. I love yapping, man. I love talking to y'all, you know what I'm saying? I love talking to myself. I just want to document my journey and let y'all know how it is. This isn't really a vulnerable moment for me because it's really not like anything serious, but this is something that I want to hold myself accountable to when it comes to just trading. When I get back on my evals, yes, I do trade Asia, but when it comes to funded, I won't trade Asia session. But yeah, I just wanted to make this little video for y'all. It might turn into like 15 minutes depending on how long I was yapping for. But yeah, I gotta go take a shit now. So yeah. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care. God bless you all. You know what I'm saying? Love always. And be safe, man. Take care.